Hi everyone. Okay, so as y'all might recall, last year Tristan reviewed a chick flick known as Mean Girls. Well, now it's become a tradition that he reviews at least one chick flick per year. And because Valentine's Day is around the corner, he decided to review this following movie that I personally think is amazing, Moulin Rouge. Hey, I'm just a messenger.
Benny, what's going on out there? Are you bombing or something?
Yeah, they're not taking it so well. Could you help me?
Oh, good lord.
Alright, any of you Wonder Babies whine about it. It's only once a year. Get over it. If you don't like it, you can take your opinion and shove it right up your...
Yeah, y'all heard. It is almost Valentine's Day. And to celebrate the occasion, I am going to review my favorite romance movie. This is my review of Moulin Rouge. Okay, so the story, it has a whole bunch of stuff happening at the same time. Christian moves to Paris to write about love. Oh, how much I love the feeling of love. Oh, how can I write about love and other people's way of expressing love? Oh, there's just one problem. He's never been in love. What? And just at that moment, a whole bunch of actors come into his world, and the most unrealistic way, an Argentinian falls through the frickin' roof of his hotel room. What? And they recruit him to help them write a play called Spectacular. And then they go to the Moulin Rouge, and he meets Satine. And Satine wants to be an actress, which I don't understand why. Because, she's the main attraction for the Moulin Rouge. It's like, she's the center of the freaking universe. And why do they need the villain of the movie, the Duke, to finance turning the Moulin Rouge into a theater, when it's just like, they don't need him to throw money at them. Literally every single night, their customers are literally throwing money at them. Makes no sense. But it's a romance. It's not supposed to make sense, does it? And then through a misunderstanding, which usually would get on my nerves because it's such a cliche, but and this movie is funny. Satine honestly thinks that Christian's trying to seduce her, and she just starts and anytime he starts quoting poetry, she thinks that he's trying to turn her on. She definitely acts weird. And I love how his reaction is, I feel a great disturbance in the force. No kidding. Within seconds of meeting her, he falls in love with her. And then, once the dude catches Christian and Satine together, they play it off like, oh, we were just rehearsing. We have an upcoming play. And he pulls the story of the play right the hell out of his ass. It's comical how he comes up with a story off the fly. This movie is so freaking weird, but that's exactly why I love it. And I'll get into why this is a problem with me, but Satine has consumption. Basically, today it's called tuberculosis, and basically she hides it from most people, even Christian. But throughout the course of them trying to make the play actually happen, Satine and Christian are off pulling a Chandler and Monica from Friends before anyone knew that they were a thing. They were just pretending that they were just associates when really they were making out behind the scenes. It's almost comical how no one catches on, how the Duke doesn't catch on. And then, of course, through the stupidest reason, after he finds out the truth, he says that if Satine doesn't sleep with him, he'll have Christian killed. All Satine should have done was just tell him the truth, and they would have figured everything out. But no, she lies and says, "Oh, I don't love you anymore." Shoo shoo. Too bad. So sad. And I'll get into why that's an issue with me. Then the truth comes out at the big show, and they sing a love song. They serenade one another in front of an entire audience. And everything is fine. And the Duke holds the deed to the Moulin Rouge. You would think he would be like, "Oh, you're all screwed." No, he turns around and walks away quietly. But sadly, this movie has a tragic ending. Satine's tuberculosis catches up to her and she dies in Christian's arms. And it cuts back to present day, and it's Christian telling the story of him and Satine. It's honestly heartbreaking because I honestly believe that Christian and Satine loved each other. Like, they have great chemistry. Alright, so with Christian, he's an ambitious writer, obsessed with love, like I said. And he's the main character of the story, and he tells the story. And if you don't know why earlier I made the joke of I feel disturbance in the Force, oh yeah, that's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Satine, that's Nicole Kidman. Satine, she is so confident. Like, no wonder like women want to be her. It's just like I said, all she has to do is just drop something, and men will scurry after her like, "I want it." And it's just it's comical how she's worshipped. Which, I get it, Nicole Kidman, gorgeous. Then we get to the Duke. He is so cartoony. Like, seriously, this guy is so loony. Bugs Bunny is more subtle than he is. Man. What's up, Doc? Theater crew. They're actually nice people. It's like, even like the Argentinian that fell through Christian's roof, when he gets replaced by Christian, his response to him having better writing than the writer that he's been working with for I don't know how long is, "Now come here and give me a hug, you son of a bitch." Like, seriously, he's so nice about it. Alright, so what I didn't like, obviously, hiding Satine's consumption. Sure, it's led to some great moments, like the guy that's basically runs the Moulin Rouge but doesn't own it, Zidler. Him and the Duke end up singing Madonna's Like a Virgin, and it is funny. All because Satine's consumption makes her faint when she's supposed to go and sleep with the Duke. And Zidler's only response is, "She's going to confession." I mean, if you really want the guy to finance the show and leave the Moulin Rouge to you, Nostalgia Critic literally pointed this out. All you had to do was just say, "I'm dying of consumption." Error. Keep your lousy deed. I'm not into necrophilia. That's literally from the Nostalgia Critic's review. So I'm giving him credit for that. In fact, I'll leave the link to his video down below. Obviously, the Duke having the deed. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? All you had to do was just tell him, honestly, seeing how irrational you are, you can go to hell. We're gonna keep the Moulin Rouge the way it is. So, and my biggest complaint is Satine lying to Christian, saying, "I don't love you anymore."
all she had to do is tell him the truth, and he would understand. And then maybe after the show was said and done, like, they could figure out a way to get past the sleeping with the Duke part and keep the Moulin Rouge. All you have to do is communicate. And of course, Christian has to make it worse. He sells his typewriter, goes to the show, and literally says this is the team paying his bill. I have the high ground now. Okay, so yeah, I love this movie. And I'm so glad. I am so glad I saw it. Because the director of this movie, he literally directed the Romeo and Juliet movie that has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. That and the Leonardo DiCaprio version of The Great Gatsby, and his most recent movie, Elvis. He is so over the top with his style. It's funny, energetic, and I love the hell out of it. Like, seriously, if y'all haven't seen this movie, you need to. Yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. And until next time, stay positive, everyone, and stay awesome. See ya.